So we'll just get right into it with our brief topics. Stuff we're not going to dwell on too much. You see, Gus approves. So I guess we'll start with I like to ask my guests, what they've been playing and what they've been watching. So we'll start with what have you been playing? Anything recently, Gus?
Already know I've been playing so much Overwatch as usual. I say it all the time. Super fun. I think it's really fun because it's a game where it's not like Mortal Kombat where there's certain things you have to remember about each character. I feel like everybody has like a different specific move in that game, so I feel like you can always like have fun with every type of character. That's why I feel like it's endless fun. Besides that, what have I been playing recently? I had a friend who recently bought a Switch, so I actually let him play Smash Bros. I won't say who the friend was, only because
Yeah, I get it.
And but he really enjoyed it. He really liked it, and So I was playing a little bit of Smash Bros. Recently. I actually just turned on my Xbox. I actually visited Mortal Kombat again. I visited Mortal Kombat. It was really cool to see it again. It's definitely and I'm excited to see if they have any new skin packs. And another game, actually, I don't know if you heard of it. Me and my friends have been playing it. Outriders.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That one is new. It's been pretty fun.
It was free on Xbox Game Pass, so I'm sure like many people got to play it.
It's pretty fun so far. It kind of runs weird. I've made a joke where I call it Cyberpunk 2, but it's still because it's really fun, but it just runs really weird for some reason. Yeah. But Outriders is really fun to play too, and I think that's really it. Gaming wise.
And is there any like movies or shows you've been watching that you'd like to mention?
I actually, for the second time in my entire life, I rewatched The Dark Knight.
Ooh.
And it was great. And I feel like revisiting it when I'm older was like a lot. It was really, it hit a lot different from when I watched it when I was younger. And besides that, it's just, I think that's the only movie I watched. I think I'm just gonna wait for all the episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier to come out. I've only seen the first two, so I think I'm just gonna watch the last 4 once the last episode comes out.
Yeah, I was actually originally gonna have on here as a topic, theories for. I mean, I don't want to say what because you're only on episode 2, but theories for a specific thing in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because not tomorrow, but Friday's the last episode. But you haven't seen the rest of the series, so like I wasn't even gonna like take the risk. Not that anyone asked, this is really asking you about what you've been watching. I started watching or kind of rewatching the Castlevania Netflix show.
I forgot that existed. Yeah,
I
know what you're talking about.
It came out 3 or 4 years ago, and then like the first season was only 4 episodes long, and each of them were 25 minutes long. So it's really kind of just a 1 hour movie if you watch them back to back. So for some reason I watched the first 2 episodes like when it came out, and I never watched anything else, which is weird. I remember liking the first 2 episodes, so I just watched the first season. It's really good. The 3 seasons already, so that's gonna be my new binge.
Yeah, I have a couple shows I need to binge too. A lot of people are telling me to watch All American, which is this football show, and then I have a friend telling me to watch Death Note, and then there's another show. Oh,
Avatar.
My mom is telling me Avatar. I definitely need to get into eventually.
Yeah.
And they added the Legend of Korra on there recently too, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. And my mom she's trying to get me to watch The Nevers, that new HBO show. And that one actually looks really cool too. So eventually I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been really watching. Just that one movie, and soon I'll be watching a lot more shows.
Yeah. Soon we're gonna see Mortal Kombat. That should be fun.
Again,
we'll get into that later. We have a whole segment where we're gonna talk about what we think about the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie. So yeah, I guess that's that. But onto another brief topic. This is just brief. I originally wanted to talk about this as it was a leak, but then it got like officially revealed like yesterday. So I guess we could talk about it. Remember last year when they revealed that weird looking Mario Lego set with like, well, they revealed a Luigi set recently.
Oh boy!
And
I don't know what you're talking about, but just the fact that Luigi, like a Luigi Lego set exists, just sounds amazing.
Yeah, like, alright, so you don't know what I'm talking about. The Mario Lego set, it's not like, picture like a Lego character in your head, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the Mario is not at all like that. The Mario, it has like a battery pack in it and makes noises and stuff. It's interesting. And Luigi's getting one, so pretty cool.
Oh boy.
I know Luigi Kid out there is pretty happy about this. I saw him retweet a tweet from Nintendo. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about this. I was going to talk about this as it was getting leaked, but it's confirmed now. So I mean, it's not really a leak anymore.
I mean, good for the Luigi fans. I mean, all the Luigi fans out there, they get, for all the people who collect Legos and just Nintendo stuff in general, they'll finally get their Luigi Lego set.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that sentence out loud. Luigi Lego set.
Well, I mean, last year, like, the Lego Mario thing came out because it was like Mario's 35th anniversary. Not entirely sure why they're doing Luigi now. Maybe it's just, give Luigi a chance, which I get. But
Luigi.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to another thing. Let's see, what do we got here? Nintendo did something else. Remember Nintendo Labo? That was a big thing.
Yeah, I do.
They had like a normal set and then like a robot set.
Yeah, you can turn into a robot.
Yeah, and then they had like a vehicle set, and then they had a VR set, which I didn't buy any of them, but I thought the VR set seemed
was pretty cool.
One, yeah.
Yeah, that did look pretty cool.
But Nintendo ended Labo very recently. To be honest, I kind of forgot Labo was a thing. But it was weird. They stopped coming out with with new Labo stuff. Like I want to say like it would. I don't remember anything last year, so I want to say like 2 years ago they stopped. So I kind of forgot about it. So it was like this big headline when it was announced. Nintendo ended Labo. It's like, all right, Labo. Yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts?
I never actually owned or used or like ever touched any of them.
Neither.
But I always thought it was kind of silly. It was just they're selling cardboard boxes. I never really understood it. But I feel like they could have executed it in so many other ways.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I mean, it was a cool, creative idea, just people, like artistic kids, I guess. It's geared towards more people like that, but like, I remember Scott the Woz made a video about it, and
oh boy.
Yeah, like, and you could just see a picture he had of just his closet filled with just a bunch of cardboard from the Labo, and yeah, it was like, yeah, it seems like one of those things that just eventually becomes a waste of space. So I guess it was time for them to end it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Anything else you have to say about that?
Rest in peace, Labo.
Yeah. We hardly knew you.
You had a good run. Yeah.
I still want the Labo man in Smash. There's like this one GIF made, like...
That'd be kind of cool.
It was even before they announced Smash Ultimate. There was like a little GIF of Labo fighter. And
I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah,
if they added Robin to the game, I can definitely see him coming into the game. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Even as a Mii fighter, it'd be really cool.
Yeah. Well, there's a Labo like Mii costume.
There is,
but like it's not really. I'm not thinking of the same thing. We're probably not thinking of the same thing. But anyways, another brief thing we can talk about is a new trailer for a new Marvel movie came out earlier this week. Yeah. Shang Chi.
I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah. This is I last episode or last normal episode of this podcast, I talked about how the MCU is having an interesting year because you realize there are 10 things for the MCU scheduled this year. 6 shows, 4 movies. I mean, I made that I said that before they delayed Black Widow, so I don't know how. I don't know what the new schedule for the movies is like. I haven't been following that too strictly, but Shang Chi got a trailer that dropped recently, and it looks pretty solid.
It does look pretty good.
Yeah, this phase of the MCU is supposed to be like different. Doing things that are different. Like you look at the movies, like Black Widow, Shang Chi. You look at Eternals or Doctor Strange or Thor. What it seems that what they're doing with these movies are supposed to be different from like any other phase. I forgot to say Spider-Man, but that too, even but with bringing in like the other Spider-Mans. So in Shang-Chi, I've heard like people like basically saying that the comics are basically like Black Panther, but it's like Chinese heritage stuff as opposed to like black stuff. But the trailer didn't quite seem like that, actually. The trailer just seemed like it took place in like Chinese settings.
It looked like an event. It looked more like adventurous.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. it looked more like a Marvel movie. Like Black Panther is like it's one of the most
best of both worlds.
Yeah, Black Panther is kind of one of the most unique Marvel movies, I'd say. Like,
I agree. I definitely agree. There's so many different settings, and it's very diverse. I think it's a very good movie.
But Shang-Chi, I think looks really cool. I'm interested. It's coming out in September. So
it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm. So that's, sorry.
Yeah, no, I heard about Shang-Chi actually like maybe in the past year. Like I heard about it when they started production, so I didn't know who he was, but as soon as I found out about him, I was kind of like, oh, he sounds kind of interesting. So I've been waiting for more news about it, and it did look pretty good. And I think I'm not sure who it is or what he does, but someone who worked on Alita and Scott Pilgrim is working on this movie as well.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. I actually didn't hear about Scott Pilgrim, but I heard someone from Alita is working on this.
Yeah,
I know about Scott Pilgrim. Okay.
There's another movie that he did really good, and I can't think of what he does and who he is, but that makes me a little more excited.
Yeah. You talk about the main lead of this movie.
Not the main. I think not the main lead. It's someone who I guess the cinematographer. I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the same cinematographer as those two movies, I'm pretty sure. So It makes me a little more excited. And I think it's going to be a solid movie. It's definitely not going to be the best one, but it'll be a good one, I think. Yeah. It looks really cool.
And while we move on, let's see, what do we got? Oh, this one kind of surprised me. Many people, it surprised me but didn't surprise me, but did you know that the PS5 has been breaking some records recently?
I can believe it, honestly.
I could, but also can't when you consider the fact that, like, how the fuck do you get a PS5?
Exactly.
Like, what records are there for it to break? I guess, like, in terms of demand, it's been breaking records, and that makes complete sense. It's just cool to see, the PS5. I still don't have one. I thought I'd have to, like, get one soon because of Resident Evil Village, but as it turns out, that game, I did not know about this till very recently. I didn't know if this was always, like, confirmed, but as it turns out, it's coming to the PS4 as well, so goody.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know if it's coming to Xbox at all, though. Might want to look into that, but yeah, so I don't need a PS5 yet, but then June has Ratchet and Clank, so then that becomes a bit of an issue then. But what are your thoughts on the PS5 breaking? I don't know what specific records it has broken, but just the fact that it's been breaking records. What are your thoughts, Gus?
Insane. awesome in a way. I mean, the PS5 is just such, or the PlayStation in general is just such a household name in a way, even bigger than Xbox, especially nowadays. So I can definitely see it breaking records, and just good for Sony, good for everybody who worked on it. It's
Yeah.
hard work pays off. It's I don't really know. It's just crazy because at the same time, I feel like everybody's been complaining that they don't have one because it's just been sold out everywhere. So I'm surprised it's actually like, at least if it's if it's sales wise, it just seems so weird.
Yeah.
In a way.
Demand wise, like absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Series X or S have been breaking records too. Demand wise,
but I can definitely see the PlayStation being a little more successful.
Yeah,
especially because of how successful the PlayStation 4 was.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how they'll do it because like I that sounded very cryptic, but I mean like, the PS5 is one thing, and then for the Xbox, there's Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S, and you're probably gonna have to get the sales for each of them. I feel like for the PS5, you're kind of just combining them, because there's PS5 digital version, PS5 physical edition. They're both called PS5. Xbox, I call it the Xbox Series, but there's Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. That was just something Anyways, any final thoughts on PS5 breaking some records?
Just congrats in a way. Like I'm happy for it, and I'm happy for the PlayStation. In a way. I know it sounded really weird, but you know what I mean.
I get that.
Do you think that Xbox just keeps getting lazier and lazier with the console names as we keep going on? Yeah. I mean, Xbox sounds sick, and then 360 was really cool, but
Xbox
random number.
One. I remember there being a reason for it being called the Xbox One, but A, I remember it being a very stupid reason, and B, I don't actually remember why. So as far as I know, there's no reason for it to be called the Xbox One.
And then just Series X.
Oh, maybe it's because it's supposed to be number one, the best console ever. I think it might have been
Series
something
like that. 10. Yeah, but this is about PlayStation, so good for them.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
I guess we can you're not.
No, that's
okay.
That's it.
I guess we can kind of move on to something from Xbox, as you mentioned just before we started here. Discord and Microsoft, they're going to have a little acquisition. Microsoft was going to buy Discord, which was, I'm sure everyone heard about that, but now they called it off. I don't know how much we can really say here. That would have been a cool acquisition, but then again, remember when Microsoft bought Skype, and Skype kind of sucks now. So like, it's kind of good that they're not buying Discord in that sense. But I don't know, Gus, what do you think about Microsoft not now buying Discord?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Sony own Discord, or is that a different? Am I thinking of something different? Because I heard something about that.
No, I don't think Sony owns Discord.
They own some type of company. I don't know what company. I don't think it's Discord though. But then forget I said that. That was something stupid.
It's fine.
Yeah, that was something stupid. Anyways, it does kind of suck. I would have loved to have seen like using the Discord app on the Xbox would have been really cool in a way. Mm-hmm. And not all deals work, but I think it may be, like you said, it could be for the better.
Yeah.
And there's so many more things down the line. We don't know what's to come. So
yeah,
they can buy freaking Apple, or Apple can buy Microsoft at this point. I don't even know.
Microsoft's the one making acquisitions, though. So
Oh, okay. So they're the ones who called it off, essentially.
No, I think. No, Microsoft wanted to buy. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just knew that it was in the works. I had a friend who told me that, and I was like, oh. And then I just this morning I actually saw on Twitter, it was like, oh, Xbox has decided to break the deal with that. They didn't want to do it anymore. So, yeah.
All right, so
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. We'll talk about this, as this is another thing you brought up just before we started. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Blizzard. Just, some stuff they pull. Doesn't mean I hate everything they do and everyone involved. But recently, Jeff Kaplan, lead designer of Overwatch, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think he's one of the creative directors, I think. Something like that.
He left Blizzard, right? Like, I had no idea about this, Gus. You told me this, just before we started, so...
Yeah, I was just, the other night I actually heard about this. I was just, watching some Overwatch gameplay, just on my off time, watching other people play, and then this came up in my recommended, and I was like, oh, I guess he's gone now. It was weird. It just happened out of nowhere, I guess. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know why. He just decided to go. I'm not exactly sure why he left and why his decisioning, or I don't understand why he left, but I guess he just, for the better.
Yeah.
In a way, for himself. And, just to move on.
Yeah, and maybe I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with the corporate side of Blizzard.
Yeah, probably. I mean, now that Blizzard gets all this bad rep, maybe it could be about that too. We really don't know. I mean, maybe a statement will come out eventually, but it's up to them, I guess, to decide.
So I guess that's all on that. Really? Well,
I wasn't too sure about it. I just found out about it. I was like, oh damn, that happened.
All right. And one last brief topic. We've been on the brief topics for quite a bit, but the final brief topic is, did you see the fight with Jake Paul and Ben Askren?
You know what? I did, and I didn't even pay for it because that's how short the damn fight was.
Yeah,
it was so short. The whole fight was on YouTube. I did watch the fight.
These fucking, why was this fight $60? Why?
It was $60. Wow.
Yeah.
The last YouTube fight I paid for was actually Logan Paul versus KSI, and that was one with a draw. And I haven't paid for it since, and I think it was like $20 maybe. So the fact that you're saying that was $60, is absurd.
Pretty sure it was 60,
believe that. Oh my gosh.
And the fact that it was, I watched it too. I watched it on YouTube, pretty much just before we started here. It's just,
it's funny you say that. I was actually, I'm not one who watches Impulsive, but I was actually watching the Impulsive podcast, after the fight, and he was just being so cocky and such. But, I mean, it's if he really is considering himself a fighter, then, in a way, if he has that cocky attitude, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good for him.
One thing, Grade A Under A actually made a video about this, and he made a really good point. You notice Jake Paul, he boasts about how he's undefeated and everything, but you notice his opponents, right?
Yes.
So,
how they're all... Either they're not a fighter, or they're smaller than him.
Yeah, so... I don't know. These YouTuber fights are starting to become a bit of a waste of time, honestly. I didn't even pay for it. I skimmed through the match. Alright, it was basically just Jake Paul basically just punching and circling around Ben Askren for 5 minutes. And I'm not even kidding, 5 minutes. That's it.
Did you know who was what's it called? I don't know why I can't think of it. Broadcasting the
Snoop
fight?
Dogg, yeah.
It was Snoop Dogg and Pete Davidson, and
Pete Davidson as well. Okay, I saw Snoop Dogg get up and be like, "Where's my money?" So I guess
he said that's $2 million. No, but Pete Davidson mid fight goes, "I hope they start kissing," and I was like, "What?" And
so no one was taking this fight seriously, I guess.
Yeah, that's why he was saying it. He thought Jake wasn't a real fighter apparently, and I heard afterwards that Jake Paul got really pissed off with that. With his comments and everything, and Yeah, and I also saw a tweet that was kind of funny that said, how is it that Deji was his hardest opponent so far?
Seriously.
And I thought that was kind of funny because it's kind of true. Deji's the only one that made him bleed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's another fight. I didn't expect him to. I honestly didn't care. I didn't know when the fight was happening. I had seen one of the what do you call it? Like post-fight like talks, whatever they call it. And I watched one of them, and I just said, "Oh my goodness, they look really stupid."
Yeah.
And I'm just surprised it was another first round knockout for him because he did it once with Nate, and now he did it again. Or no, he did it with, I don't know if he did it with Gibb first round, but he definitely knocked 3 people out in like very early rounds.
Yeah.
That's all I know. So good for him, but at the same time, screw you. Like I don't know you. So yeah.
Yeah, you suck.
That happened.
All right.